Okay, ma. Welcome back to the Living World Part 3. So here, taxon, taxon, we have to see. So the term taxon refers to real, real or concrete, concrete biological, biological objects, biological objects like insects, insects, birds, ferns, etc. This is called taxon. Generally, so in each category, in hierarchical category, there are 7 obligatory sequences are there. So each rank is called taxon. In that rank, so each taxon refers to real or concrete, a complete biological organisms like insects, birds, ferns are collectively called taxon. The term is used to refer real objects of a specific category. Specific category. For example, all vertebrates, vertebrates constitute phylum, taxon, taxon, chordate, chordates. All animals, all mammals, all mammals belongs to the class mammalia. Mammalia. All cats, all cat-like species belongs to the family taxon, belongs to the family taxon Felidae. These are called taxon. In simple term, in each category the living organisms are called taxon. Next topic, next category. Okay, so it is an abstract term, difficult term that refers to a particular rank in particular rank or level in hierarchy. So here phylum, class, order, etc. These are called category. Okay, it is abstract term that refers to particular rank or level in hierarchy. That is phylum, it is one category, class one category, order one category, etc. are all categories. Okay, the kingdom is the kingdom is the highest taxonomic category, and the species is the lowest. It is the highest taxonomic category. It is the lowest taxonomic category. The real objects placed in a category. In this one, real objects are placed in a category and are referred as taxon of the category. Taxon of the category. Okay, this is called category. Next, taxonomic aids. Taxonomic aids. Here, taxonomic aids refers to the collection of samples or preserved organisms which help in identification of living organisms. That is called taxonomic aids. Okay, collection of samples, collection of samples. That's maybe living organism samples. So those samples are preserved. So preserved organisms which help in identification, which helps in identification of living organisms. That is called taxonomic aids. Generally, the taxonomic studies of organisms are useful taxonomic studies. So if samples and preserved living organisms are, if we observe, those samples help the organisms are useful in agriculture, public health, public health, public health, and environmental biology. In these all aspects, taxonomic aids are helps. Okay, so generally a biologist have devised many taxonomic aids. Biological scientists and plant breeders have identified number of taxonomic aids. Those taxonomic aids also helps in producing various kinds of procedures and techniques to store and preserve the information as well as the specimens. In such a way, taxonomic aids are helpful. Okay, that's all. Next, taxonomic aids, there are several aids are collected by various kinds of biological scientists. Among those, first one is herbarium. So generally, herbarium is a storehouse of collected plant specimens. Those are dried, processed and preserved on herbarium sheets. Generally, herbarium sheet size will be like that. On that herbarium sheet, those dried preserved specimens are placed in this part. Okay, here the collector names, family name, scientific name, place, date, economic importance, they will be mentioned. So these are called herbarium sheets. Next, so the herbarium sheets are organized. Those herbarium sheets are organized and arranged accordingly to the universally accepted system of classification. Universally accepted system of classification. So we already discussed about universally accepted system of classification in binomial nomenclature. According to those rules of nomenclature, those herbarium sheets are arranged. So when those are arranged, those specimens of plants are stored. Specimens of plants stored along with their description on herbarium sheets. Already I said. So along with the description on herbarium sheets. Hence they become a storehouse of repository for future use. In such a way, those herbarium sheets are helpful. So generally, herbarium sheets also carry the herbarium sheets carry label provided information. Already I said this is herbarium sheet size. So a corner about a herbarium sheet, complete information is available. So provided information about the date, place of collection, the English, local, and botanical names. So their family to which plant species belongs, collector's names, economic importance, all the details will be mentioned on herbarium sheets. They saw quick referral system in taxonomical studies. This is the explanation about herbarium. Botanical gardens are sufficiently large size tracts that have collection of living plants for research and reference. Research and reference. Research and reference. In such a way, botanical gardens are helpful. So here, plant species in these gardens, the gardens are grown for identification purpose, and each plant is labeled indicating its botanical name and scientific name, botanical names and its family. All the details will be mentioned. So in botanical gardens, whatever the plants are allowing to grow, so on those plants, a paper labeled paper, they will be tied to those particular plants. On those plants, botanical names, scientific names, common names, family, all the details will be available. So generally, botanical garden generally has herbarium, library, art, and photographic study center, lecture pavilion, and nurseries. These are all the things available for quick referral and research purpose. Along with these, so generally the famous botanical gardens are Royal Botanical Garden, which is located in England. Royal Botanical Garden, botanical gardens, Royal Botanical Gardens, which are located in England. Next, Indian Botanical Garden. Indian Botanical Gardens are located in Kolkata. And National Botanical Garden located in Lucknow. In these places, different species of plants are available for research and quick referral purpose. Okay, so this is the explanation. Taxonomical aid is museum. So a museum is a place. Museum is a place where artistic and educational materials is available. Artistic and educational material is available. Educational material is available. So that is available for a display. Observations and study. A biological museum, generally biological museums are generally set up in educational institutions, such as schools, colleges, etc. for research and observation purpose. Okay, so here a museum has generally a museum has collection of preserved plant and animal specimens, for study and reference. Okay, so that is called museum. Okay, museums in such a way helpful. So if we will see museum, all the artistic and educational material is available. So when we will visit a museum, so complete information about different kinds of plants and plant species, herbarium, etc. we will see, and we will get an idea about our taxonomical aids. Next, zoological parks. Zoological parks are the places where wild animals are kept in protected environment under human care, which enable us to learn about their food habitats and their behavior. Generally, zoological parks are big areas where animals are kept under natural conditions and in environmental similar to their natural habitat. A good care is taken for well-being of animals. Okay, generally zoological parks are often used by people to see and study animals. To see and study animals. Study animals. They're also meant for breeding of rare fauna, rare species of animals. In such a way, zoological parks are available. So a key, last and final taxonomical aid, that is the key. A tool, key is a tool, a instrument for identification of different species of plants and animal. Generally, the identification key helps to identify unknown organisms by using key diagrams. Key diagrams. Okay, so generally a key is taxonomical aid by which identification of plants and animals can be done based on similarities and diagrams. Okay, that's all. Generally here it is prepared by key is prepared by taxonomical scientists to enable other biological organisms or species they have studied. So check in this key some basis of keys. See, the keys are based on contrasting characters. Generally, the keys are based on contrasting characters. Generally, those contrasting opposite characters are called couplets. Couplets. Okay, couplets means what here? If we will see like this way, this is the diagram belongs to earthworm. So if we will see the like this way earthworm diagram, we can identify it belongs to which species. Like this way, here if you will see, it is C. This is millipede. Millipede. By seeing this picture, we can identify the organisms. Okay, so the basis of keys are contrasting characters. Those contrasting characters are called couplets. A key is based on clearly observable features. Clearly observable features. Generally, in our day-to-day life, if you will see a leg or any feather related to cockroach, by seeing that key, we can identify it belongs to the cockroach. Or generally in our home, lizard tail, if you will observe, we can identify if this tail is belongs to the lizard. So like this way, easily or clearly observable features. Okay, a key is based on the clearly observable features. Each statement in the key is called lead. Each statement in the key is called lead. Lead or clue. Key are generally analytical in nature. Okay, analytical in nature. Okay, in such a way, key are helps to identify the living organisms. So along with these taxonomic aids, some other descriptions also available in botanical gardens, which helps to identify different kinds of organisms. Those are flora. Next, manuals. Next, monographs. Flora means the study of plant species. Okay, flora contains the actual account of habitat and distribution of plants in a particular area. Okay, so the study of plants and plant history is called flora. Manuals means what? Elaborate records with the drawing, with pictures which are useful in providing information for the identification of particular species, for the identification identification of a particular species, particular species, particular species found in area. Okay, those are called manuals. Those are called manuals. Manuals elaborate records. So elaborate records which helps to identify particular species available in area. So rather than these manuals means what generally, so some kinds of books are available. Those are called manuals. In those manuals, we will get complete information about one particular organism. For example, so if you will take one manual which is related to human species, so if you will take that manual, in that manual, complete information about humans available, when they were originated, how we were originated, from ancestors to modern man, how human beings are evaluated. In human beings, all the body parts, how those are performing their functions, all the things available in manuals. Those are called manuals. So next, monographs. Monographs contains information on any one taxon, any one taxon, any one taxon, made by overlapping or combining two or more letters, two or more logos. Monographs means what? Any one taxon about complete species, particular species. That's maybe tiger or elephant or crocodiles. About them, the complete information is available. Those are called monographs. Okay, that's all.